Hey, welcome back. This is Cavallo from datingadviceguru.com. I'm hitting you up today with a little sideline video on how to compliment a man. This is one of those things I get asked about all the time. Hey, Carlos, how do you actually compliment a guy and do it effectively so that he really responds to it? Well, I'm going to give you 5 secrets to use today. And don't forget the 3 things you got to do right up front. Make sure you like the video, make sure you subscribe, and click that little bell icon or whatever they got now to turn on notifications. You want to know when new videos come out. Oh, and of course, stick around for number 5. It is one of the best of the bunch. You know, complimenting a man can seem like a really tricky feat to accomplish. For many women, they resist complimenting guys because they believe that men already have their egos that are just way too big. And the reality is something else completely different. You see, guys may seem all egotistical on the surface, but it's a ruse. You may have heard this one before, right? The male ego is really fragile. We bluff and we bluster, but it really all amounts to a big show. And that's all for your benefit. You see, men do the ego thing to show you the qualities that women are attracted to, like leadership, decisiveness, confidence, courage. These are all things that seem like a man being egotistical if you don't understand what he's really doing underneath his little act. All you need to do is know how to compliment a guy right so that he keeps on doing the right things without shutting down his natural desire to impress you. So let me explain a little bit about how to compliment a guy so he really responds to you. After all, that's the stuff of what love is made of, right? How to compliment him. Secret number 1, avoid compliment blindness. Women are very responsive to what I call spot compliments. That means that women they respond to the things that people tell them that are easily observed about their appearance, especially if it's done with sincerity. Oh, those shoes are awesome. That dress fits you so well. Love your hairstyle. Look, guys love these compliments too, but we're more responsive to what I would call inspiration compliments. And often women ignore what he was inspired by and come across as sounding kind of ungrateful. For example, if he gets you a weird present, what's the worst thing you can do? It's to trash his decision-making ability, right? She says, what in the world made you think I'd like this? That right there is a triple play of hurt for a guy. For her to say something like that means that, number 1, she doesn't appreciate what he was thinking when he got her the present because love was what inspired him really, but you don't see it. Number 2, she doesn't appreciate his action because that took effort for him to do, no matter how well or not so well it matched you. And then number 3, she doesn't appreciate. Period. That means she doesn't appreciate him, and then he gets no credit whatsoever for all that stuff he did. Now, I don't think you would ever likely respond to a guy that way. Just as important is knowing how to make a genuine compliment for him, especially if you were a little disappointed or let down. Remember that love is all about recognizing that we rarely ever do anything to hurt our partner. We might act selfishly, but unless the feelings are all gone from the relationship, we're not deliberately trying to cause you pain. All right, how to compliment him. Secret number 2, compliment the deep. When I say the deep, I mean that you should compliment the thing that's most hidden about what he just did or said. When a guy does something that's thoughtful, he's less concerned about the result being complimented, you know, the gift that he gave you or the thing. He's more concerned with the thinking and the action that was behind it. He wants you to compliment that. So for example, let's say he does the usual guy thing of trying to fix your problem instead of just listening to you vent, like your girlfriends do for you, right? So what do? Well, most women get a little frustrated, well, sometimes a lot frustrated, and then they end up feeling resentment that he isn't there for them the way they want him to be. And very often this drives a wedge between you and the relationship. Now here, let me show you another way. Example, he tries to fix your problem instead of listening. You stop, you put your hand on his arm and you say, oh honey, that's so sweet of you to give me a solution. I love it when you help me out like that. Hey, would you mind if I just blew off some steam first? You know, we can fix it later. Voila! You have just fixed something that 95% of women do wrong almost every single time they vent to their man. You acknowledged what was going on behind the words. He doesn't recognize this, so you got to do it for him. How to compliment him. Secret number 3, compliment the role. Men, we live our lives trying to achieve the role of being a great man. Now, there are a bunch of different roles that we aspire to be. We want to think of ourselves as being good fathers, a good husband, a leader, a guru, an expert, a fix-it guy. when we know we are that thing, it energizes us and it fuels us to aspire to even more heights. So a couple of good compliments that'll make his day. You're an incredible dad. Wow, that's a great one. You're such an awesome boyfriend. Or you're a great role model. Woo! Hit him with that. The key to those phrases is you are. Just tell him he's achieved that goal and he is going to be in good. How to compliment him. Secret number 4, compliment his being. One of the most affirming things a guy can feel, if not the most, is knowing he's accepted just as he is. Men are very keen to be accepted for their love, but he'll never tell you that, so you gotta know it's true and act on it without waiting for him to ask for it. Right there, boom, mic drop. All right, how to compliment him. Secret number 5, compliment by being happy. This one is simple, and you might miss it if you were looking for signs. Men are hardwired to make women happy. It's a primary drive of guys, and many women never fully understand how strong this programming is in his head. A man he feels a deep and profound sadness when he fails to make you happy. One of the best ways you can compliment a guy is not to even say anything. It's to simply let him make you happy with the things he says, with the gifts he brings you, no matter what those gifts are, and with the things he does for you. Just let him know in words and action of the impact he's having on you. I can count on one finger the number of women that have ever actually stopped to really verbally appreciate what I did for them and how thankful they were. If you really want to connect with your man, unlike any other woman in his life, you need to know what his connection code is. His connection code is the secret way that a man feels love and connection with you. And you can learn about that code by going over to datingadviceguru.com/connection code. That's datingadviceguru.com/connection code. Open up a new tab in your browser, go on over and check out my free presentation on that. Hey, and until next time, hit the big 3. What are they? Like the video, subscribe, and make sure you turn on notifications so you know when these are coming out. This is Cavallo from datingadviceguru.com. Live and love with passion.